21-year-old man is dead after an armed intrusion at U.S. President Donald Trump's Florida estate. Authorities say the suspect drove through the gates in the early hours of the morning, armed with what appeared to be a shotgun. Now, questions are mounting about who he was and what his motive may have been. The man has been identified as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin of North Carolina. According to the United States Secret Service, Martin had been reported missing by his family just days earlier. An Associated Press report says officials confirmed he had recently traveled south from North Carolina. Investigators believe he obtained a shotgun during that journey. The box for the weapon has since been recovered. Authorities say Martin drove through the north gate of Mar-A-Lago around 1:30 a.m., slipping in as another vehicle exited. He was carrying what appeared to be a shotgun and a fuel can. Secret Service agents and a sheriff's deputy confronted him. They ordered him to drop his equipment. Officials say he put down the gas can, but then raised the shotgun into a shooting position. At that moment, officers opened fire to neutralize what they described as a threat. Trump ally Laura Loomer posted screenshots on social media attempting to identify the suspect. She questioned whether the missing 21-year-old was the same individual shot at Mar-A-Lago. Online users quickly began speculating about the circumstances of his disappearance and why federal authorities were notified early. Officials have not confirmed any of those claims. On Sunday afternoon, vehicles blocked the entrance to a property in Cameron, North Carolina, listed in public records as Martin's address, as authorities secured the area. His cousin reacted with disbelief, describing Martin as a quiet, reserved young man who avoided politics and was afraid of guns. He said he worked at a local golf course and regularly donated part of his paycheck to charity. He wouldn't even hurt an ant, Martin's cousin said, calling the situation mind-blowing and completely out of character. The Secret Service says Martin's psychological profile and possible motive are now under investigation. It remains unclear whether he intended to harm anyone inside the estate. Security at Mar-A-Lago has been tightened, and as investigators piece together the timeline, one question remains at the forefront. What drove a 21-year-old to breach one of the most heavily protected private properties in America?
1:30 this morning, the security detail detected that an individual had made his way into the inner perimeter of Mar-A-Lago. A deputy and two Secret Service agents on the detail went to that area to investigate. They confronted a white male that was carrying a gas can and a shotgun. He was ordered to drop those two pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position. At that point in time, the deputy and the two Secret Service agents fired their weapons and neutralized the threat. He is deceased at the scene.
A chilling security breach has unfolded at President Donald Trump's Mar-A-Lago resort in Florida. Shortly after 1:30 a.m., law enforcement confronted a young man in his 20s who approached the resort's north gate armed with a shotgun and a fuel can. Secret Service agents, joined by a deputy from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, acted swiftly. The man was shot and pronounced dead at the scene.
1:30 this morning, the security detail detected that an individual had made his way into the inner perimeter of Mar-A-Lago. A deputy and two Secret Service agents on the detail went to that area to investigate. They confronted a white male that was carrying a gas can and a shotgun. He was ordered to drop those two pieces of equipment that he had with him, at which time he put down the gas can, raised the shotgun to a shooting position. At that point in time, the deputy and the two Secret Service agents fired their weapons and neutralized the threat. He is deceased at the scene. This is the picture that I'm going to give you of the shotgun and the gas can, so you got it with us. All right? So you'll have that. Like I said, there's a lot more investigation to be done. FBI is the lead agency. We'll be assisting them. And fortunately, nobody was in jeopardy inside because of the quick action that was taken by the deputies and the Secret Service.
At the time, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump were in Washington, D.C., safe at the White House. No other individuals under Secret Service protection were at the Florida property during the incident.
We want to be clear, the President of the United States was not in the state of Florida. And this remains an active investigation by the FBI. Thank you.
Anthony Guglielmi, communications chief for the Secret Service, confirmed that the man's identity, motives, and background remain under investigation. The FBI, U.S. Secret Service, and Palm Beach County authorities are examining the events, including the use of force that ended the confrontation. Mar-A-Lago, a frequent weekend residence for Trump, has been the site of multiple security threats in recent years.
Take a look at what happened.
In July 2024, a gunman opened fire during a campaign rally in Pennsylvania, wounding the then presidential candidate and killing an attendee. Just 2 months later, authorities arrested an armed man near Trump's West Palm Beach golf course in what officials described as another assassination attempt. Saturday night's deadly encounter underscores the ongoing threats facing the president and the high alert measures of the Secret Service. Officials have emphasized that the swift response prevented further danger and contained the threat before it could escalate. As the investigation continues, authorities are piecing together the details of the man's plan, his possible motive, and whether he acted alone, leaving the nation watching closely as law enforcement reviews every detail of the deadly encounter at one of America's most famous private residences.